Hebrews chapter 12, verses 1 through 3. Therefore, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, let us throw off everything that hinders and the sin that so easily entangles, and let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us, fixing our eyes on Jesus, the pioneer and perfecter of faith. For the joy set before him, he endured the cross, scorning its shame, and sat down at the right hand of the throne of God. Consider him who endured such opposition from sinners, so that you will not grow weary and lose heart.
Hi, my name is Jennifer, and I'm the director of Redemption Ranch Family Ministries. And I have an adopted daughter that came to us when she was 7. It was a foster-like situation, and we thought, gosh, one kid with 2 adults and even 3 adults when my sister lived with us, certainly that should be fine. But it was anything but easy. It was so hard, wasn't eating well, wasn't sleeping well, stressed to the max, and just felt like I was out of options, didn't know what else to do, what other options to turn to, and running and farm work. Those 2 things were what helped me survive just through that time. And running was the one thing I felt like I couldn't do because I wasn't eating well, wasn't sleeping well, but it was the one thing I needed to do. And God brought farm work to my life, and though, like I said, running and farm work were the 2 things that helped me get through it. And God used a fence line to teach me what he needed me to do. And so there are 2 components to a fence line. You have the up and down rails, the vertical rails, or posts, and then the horizontal rails. And I picture it like the up and down posts are my connection with God. And so it goes up to and points to God. I needed to make God first. I needed to say, God, this problem is too big for me. This situation is overwhelming. I need you to take care of it. But the post also goes down. I needed to humble myself and be reading my Bible and praying to God. And at times I was doing it out of order. Like the side-to-side rail, it's my arms wide open, trying to love my kids well. Right now I have multiple, but at the time it was the one. But I was trying to love my child the best that I could, and I was trying to do that first. But just like a fence, if I were to put up a rail without the post first, that rail would just come crashing down. I was trying to do things in my own power, my own ability, and it was not working. And so God showed me the order that it needed to be in. I needed to have my up and down vertical posts first. I needed to prioritize my time with God and my time in his word and prayer. And from that, then I could put up the horizontal rails. And so this program is to do just that. Everything begins with connection. And so every broken story, every hardship always starts with a disconnect in connection. And so these donkeys, I'm going to show you, these are the most timid animals in our entire barn. And so they are a little distrusting of me right now. They are keeping their distance. Their eyes are on me. Their ears are turning to me and listening. But right now is a disconnect, and I'm going to approach them, and we are going to see how they respond and if they are ready for a connection or not. And that is a picture of how our kids are going to be. Sometimes they're ready to connect, sometimes they're not. Good boy. Come on. Yes, good boy. So, out of the 2 donkeys, the white-nosed Eli, he's ready to connect. And so he loves his neck being rubbed, and he loves his butt being rubbed. Over time, I've learned those are his 2 favorite scratching spots. And so he trusts me, and we are in connection. Elisha's more timid. I know that he wants to be on the other side of Eli. He wants that space. He's not fully ready to connect, but that's okay. I keep trying. I keep working at it. And he's curious. His eyes are on me. His ears are on me. Will you keep trying? Come on. Elisha has been timid from the beginning, but now with Eli being his safety guard, he's willing to get his ear rubbed. He's ready for connection. And so as parents, we got to meet our kiddos where they're at. Sometimes they need a little safety net in order to build that connection, and sometimes they're just not ready, but we keep trying no matter what. So here I am. The donkeys want to be next to me, but they have been here for over 2 years, and this hasn't always been the case. Sometimes they've run from me. Sometimes they have come up, but a little bit stood their distance. And so with this first video, I want you to know that even when connection feels slow or hard or challenging, this video is to remind you not to give up. I had an adopted daughter that it took 10 years. And so even right from the beginning, that connection, we would have fun together. We would do fun activities. We would laugh and have a good time. But there was always this piece where it didn't feel quite right. And it became evident and obvious when she became a teenager. She was distrusting, and the more she felt like I really did love her was the more she pushed back. And here the donkeys are right next to me, but in the previous video, or in the previous portion of this, you saw that this wasn't the case. They ran from me, they stood their distance, but here they are wanting to be by me. So this is your reminder, don't give up. Keep pursuing connection and trust, and that connection will come. And so this is obvious. Elisha, the most timid in the barn, he's the one that stays away from me the most, and he is here. He pulled back just a little bit, but oh man, I know that he loves his ears being rubbed, and that is connection. But you don't have to be a runner. You don't have to go for a long run in order to be a part of this program. I want you to just get moving somehow, some way, whether it's walking, maybe you go for a walk and jog off and on, maybe you do go for a run, but whatever that looks like for you, just get moving. Because with barn animals, horses and donkeys in particular, what you do to one side, you want to do to the other to help them feel safe. And that's what our bodies need too. The way their brains are wired, they process one side at a time, so we have to do something on both sides. And that's what the walking and running does. It uses the left and right motion, that left and right processing, to help us process our own experiences, our own just information, what we're enduring. So that's what this is. And next steps, what I want you to do before you get into anything else, I want to encourage you to get the Jesus Calling book, where you have a devotional every single day of the entire year, a short little devotion plus scripture at the bottom. And so that's what I want you to do. And sometimes we feel like we don't have this time. Maybe we didn't sleep well, or maybe things are really hard and we're just trying to get through the day and make it through the day. And so the Jesus Calling book helps us just get grounded to make connection, get grounded to get ourselves healthy, and just start feeling healthy and good again.